Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of Hambone Fishing. I am out on the Yadkin chain today. We are doing a little pre-fishing for the Queen City Kayak Bass Fishing next trail event on the Yadkin chain. Angler's Choice, High Rock, Baden, Tuckertown, Tillery. Whatever you want to fish, go fish it for 8 hours. If you want to fish two lakes, fish two lakes, I don't care. But we're going to do some scouting today. I'm going to take a look. Goal is to try and get something figured out. Conditions are awful. It was like 35 degrees last night. It's super windy today. Not a cloud in the sky. Well, there's a few, but it's definitely post-frontal conditions. But honestly, it's probably going to be similar to what we get next week. Next week's going to be post-frontal. It's going to be cold. It's going to be right after a rain. I was actually really worried about some of this water getting really muddy. And honestly, everything I have tied on is like black and blue. But it's really not too bad. It's not as like red clay brown as I thought it was going to be. And we might catch a few today. Goal is not to, stick every fish that we find, but just to check up on a couple things and see what these fish are doing. I think they're going to be still shallow. I'm just marking a ton of bait. Look at this. I don't know if that's like actual bait or if that's just like stuff floating in the water. My graph is about 15 years old, I feel like. But right now, transducer hasn't been in the water for too long, but I think we're going to be at like 57, 58 degree water, which is kind of tough, but let's get to it. Let's start fishing. Well, I've been fishing for about 15 minutes and I think I have changed the colors of the chatterbait that I'm throwing 3 or 4 times already. This wind is brutal. It's probably going to be this way and worse all day. I'm like begging whoever I need to beg to get a day where there's not just ridiculous amounts of wind. I know that in the summer, like in July and August, I'm gonna be out on the water and I'm gonna be talking to the camera and I'm gonna be like, I wish we would have some wind. A little bit of a breeze would be great. But wind has been the biggest factor this year so far in all of these events. And I just haven't been able to fish on a day where there's not, 10 to 15 plus mile an hour winds. It's getting ridiculous. I don't think I've been on the water where the flags aren't just standing straight up. So we're gonna fish today, obviously, but I want to get moving to a couple different areas so that I can cover some water. These docks and stuff that I'm fishing now, I've fished these before. This is an area I've come to quite a bit. So I've got some history here that I can fish, but there's some areas that I don't typically go to that I want to check out and try to get a few starting spot options so that, depending on how many people come here, I have some stuff I can get to. So that's what we're gonna do. There's a fish. There's one. Hey, we're on him now, fellas. Look at this guy, giant. But I did switch to the old white spinnerbait and got a bite relatively quickly, kind of in the open water, but a bite's a bite. Apparently, I just found out that there is a big bass bash going on here today. So that's why there are 25 million boats on the lake, and it just makes me feel a little bit better because now I know that it's not just normal traffic, it's actually an event, like a tournament, a big tournament. So I feel a little bit better than that, knowing that. But hey, we didn't skunk today. I think, you know, this water, now that the sun is up and I get a really good look at the water, it is definitely clearer than what I thought. So all this black and blue, you know, dark colors that I tied on can kind of go out the window. I mean, there is a steady stream of boats. Like, it's crazy. But we're gonna get back to fishing and try to figure something else out. But I'm feeling pretty confident about this area for next week. So I literally just made a joke to my buddy Derek and said, I just caught a 5-pounder, a 0.5 pounder with that last fish that I caught. 3 casts later, I end up with probably a 3.5 pounder, which, yeah, I mean, you know, not bad, right? Well, let's get this guy back. See ya. That's definitely a good sign. You know, I mean, this wind going, I guess I was just throwing the wrong bait the whole day. He bit the spinnerbait pretty hard, knocked slack into it, had him hooked real good. So we're just gonna keep rolling with this spinnerbait and, you know, hope for the best. I'm not worried about catching fish today. You know, none of these fish that I'm targeting are going to, like, not, you know, it's not like I'm bed fishing or anything where these fish are gonna hang there. It's gonna be another week. So I'm just gonna try and catch some fish today, hone in on kind of a little bit of a pattern, because it's probably gonna be very similar. Again, we're gonna have wind and everything next week, so here we go. Little guy. All right, guys, we got ourselves another one. This guy was up way shallow. Obviously, this is not the size fish we're looking for, but he probably measure. So, I mean, that's something, I guess. But he'd probably measure, but we'll get him back. I caught that one doing what I thought I was going to be doing all day today, which is throwing a sassy stick around, but it hasn't quite worked out too much yet. But he was up way shallow. That was way shallow. I think he just came out from under that dock and popped it. So we'll keep it rolling. I mean, you know, hopefully we just keep catching him. Fingers crossed. Feels like the wind might be dying down a little bit. We'll see. Oh, this is a big one. This is a big one, guys. Oh my God. Oh my. Oh gosh. Oh my. Oh my God. Oh man. Oh. This might be a PB. I don't have a scale. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Look at this fish. Oh man. Look at how he ate it too. Look at how he ate that sassy stick. What a tank. Oh my gosh. Absolutely choked it. Let me get into a better shot here. I don't have my board with me. I don't have a scale with me. I don't have anything else with me. Sassy stick though. Look at this bass. That's probably a 5, 4.5, 5 easy. I mean, look at this thing. Man, what a tank. He's just up under a dock with a sassy stick. What a tank. See ya, pal. Bye-bye. All right, so that confirms what I am doing next week. And I'm gonna be real disappointed if I don't do well. How do you, like if this was Friday of next week, I'd leave, I'd be gone. But these fish, you know, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I'm having fun, obviously, catching fish. Why not just keep doing it? You know, I mean, it's going to be another week. There's going to be completely different conditions. It's going to be, you know, these fish might be in a different stage. The water's probably going to be different. So, you know, a week before, I'm just looking for fish, and I'm finding them. So I'll be coming back here. Oh, that is a fish. That is a fish. That was a good one too. It's a real good one. Oh my God. Oh my God. This isn't real life, is it? Oh no. Really, 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 really good thing that this isn't the tournament, because I'd be breaking this rod. That was another 4+. We're gonna pretend like that didn't happen. That was probably another 4+ pounder. You know, I shouldn't be surprised. I did not get a great hook set on him. I didn't even think it was a fish. You know, and pulling him straight like that, not a great idea. I should have played him a little bit more to try and get him in the boat. But I mean, you know, hopefully I got him on the jump there. But that was another very solid fish, and it just kind of affirms, you know, what I'm doing is correct. I see all these boats passing me and nobody catching it. I haven't seen a boat catch a fish yet, and I'm sure they've caught them, but I don't know, man. I've got had I landed that fish, I'd have a good bag. You know, if I can replicate that next week and land all those fish, I mean, that'd have been my 4th, and that probably would have been probably pretty close to 72 inches. I'd probably definitely be upper 60s, you know, and I'd have a real good shot at cashing a check. So it seems like I'm doing everything right. You know, so if the conditions are similar next week, obviously I'll you know, I'll be starting with a spinnerbait and just trying to catch a few and, you know, fish some docks. I'm gonna see kind of what those docks that I passed earlier today hold on my way back in. Obviously, they've probably been picked to death by boats at this point, but hopefully there won't be this much traffic next week for the tournament, so we'll see. But it's just wild that, you know, I'm getting some of these bites with the way that it is. My graph died, so I don't have any eyes on like depth or temperature or anything, but I'm gonna assume everything's just kind of the same. You know, I'm fishing 4 to 6 feet deep. Well, I'd say maybe 3 or 4 feet deep, and the water's probably around 60 to 62. So it's been a good day. We'll keep it rolling and you know, fish a little bit more and just try to catch a few more and have some fun. So let's get back to it. All right, guys, that is gonna wrap it up for me today on the Queen City kayak bass fishing pre-fishing event for the Yadkin YOLO. It was a good day. I've definitely got some confidence now. I think there's going to be very similar conditions next week as to today, maybe just not the cloud cover, which is actually probably a positive because I feel like all of my good bites came when the sun was out. I don't want this water to get any colder, so I would definitely prefer sunlight over not having any sun at all. So fingers crossed there. You know, we're scheduled to get some rain on Thursday and Friday. Really hope that either moves farther ahead in the week or it just falls farther back and we miss it altogether. But what can you do? It's scheduled, so we'll see what happens on tourney day. But I appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned because the next video is going to be of the actual tournament day. So you'll see all of the either glory or miserable struggliness. See you guys.